All right, so for problem number 2, we have x squared minus x minus 12 equals 0. Remember, this has to be written in ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And the main thing is that it has to equal 0. And this one does. So as long as it equals 0, to solve it, the first thing that we have to do is factor it. So I know this is x squared, and I know my last term is going to be 12. So this will be x times x, and then I got to think of two numbers that when I multiply them together, I get negative 12, but when I add them up, I get a negative 1. So that's going to be negative 4 and positive 3. Negative 4 times x is just negative 4x. And then positive 3 times x is a positive 3x. And then negative 4 times positive 3 is negative 12. In other words, this is x squared plus 3x minus 4x minus 12. And then when you combine like terms, you get x squared minus x minus 12. So that works out. In other words, this whole thing is going to be x minus 4 times x plus 3 equals 0. So from here, you take the two factors, they have to equal 0. So I'm going to say x minus 4 equals 0, and then over here I'm going to say x plus 3 equals 0. I'm going to subtract 3 for both sides because I want to solve for x, and I get x equals negative 3. Over here I'm going to add 4 to both sides, and I get x equals a positive 4. Now another way that you could do this is just graph it on a graphing calculator. So if I take my handy dandy graphing calculator and make this bigger, I go to y equals and I clear out some stuff, and I'm just going to graph the original function they gave us, x squared minus x minus 12. Probably as a standard zoom would work. But I think I entered that in wrong. Oh, I did. Why are these in here? That's weird. Oh, because I see why. It's minus. I hit the negative. That's why it's automatically inserting those in there. Alright, there we go. Okay, now it'll work. So now I'm going to hit trace. There we go. Notice that it crosses at x equals negative 3 and x equals positive 4. Okay. So you could probably sketch that in there, right? So if you graph it, right here is where it crosses. X equals negative 3 and x equals positive 4. Okay? That's it.